Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I have yet another Sonata, in Hampton Gray at that. So the Hyundai Sonata next to me is a 2023 Hyundai Sonata SEL, which is one step up from the base SE trim level, which I also have a video on here on the channel. Now, as far as changes go for the 2023 model year, I have a dedicated video here on the channel which will cover every trim level of the Sonata, so make sure to check that out if you're interested in that. But in terms of the SEL trim level in specific, the only change that I got over the 2022s was the 10.25-inch infotainment system with built-in navigation. And along with that infotainment system comes dynamic voice recognition, which gives you just a little bit more capability inside the vehicle to control certain vehicle functions such as the heated seats and other vehicle aspects if it is equipped. But overall, that's all that changed. So given that the vehicle hasn't changed much, you might think pricing hasn't changed versus the 2022s, and unfortunately that is not the case. The SEL trim level went up $1,225, which brings the entry-level SEL pricing to $28,570, including destination. So with all this information in mind, let's not waste any more time and take a look at what this 2023 Sonata SEL has to offer. So the Sonata in front of us is finished in Hampton Gray with the light gray cloth interior. Now, unfortunately, this is the exact same color I showed you guys on the SEL Plus trim a few weeks ago, but this is all I have access to. I'd love to show you some of the other exterior colors, but I think Hampton Gray is very popular, especially on the Sonata. This color does have a good amount of metallic flake, but since it's cloudy, you can't really tell. Up front of the SEL Sonata, you'll find the LED reflector headlights that come standard on all Sonatas. You can upgrade to LED projectors in the upper trim. This one does have the LED daytime running light signature that blends into the chrome trim along the side of the vehicle, so that is an upgrade over the base SE. Gloss black grille and gloss black lower bumper trim on this Sonata. Overall looks very good. Again, has that sort of catfish front end that I like to joke around with it, but overall it is a very attractive looking vehicle. You do have aerodynamic treatments on the corners to help with airflow and just overall fuel efficiency. Coming to the wheels and tires, these are your 17-inch SEL specific alloy wheels. They have a machine/lighter gray finish to them. The tires are 215/55 Michelin Primacy AS tires, so a nice solid all season. Body color mirror caps with LED turn signal indicators. They are heated mirrors with blind spot detection. Regular proximity entry via the key fob, no Hyundai digital key on this trim level of the Sonata. You have some gloss black side skirt extensions that blend into the rear bumper and some nice chrome trim around the windows. No sunroof is found on this particular trim. Out back, you do have your partial LED taillights with incandescent turn signals and reverse lights down lower on the bumper. And this one does have the sport appearance bumper, I believe they call it. It just gives you a little bit more of an aggressive look out back with the small diffuser fins, the paint match section around the license plate, and the twin dual exhaust on the right side of the vehicle. The backup camera is located in the trunk lid along with the hidden trunk release button in the top of the Hyundai logo. I still think that's a cool integration there. But yeah, overall pretty basic exterior, definitely some nice upgrades over the base SE trim level, including the proximity entry, the upgraded daytime running lights up front, and some other goodies on the inside. And take a look on the interior. Like I said, this one has the light gray interior, which I don't think is too common on the SEL. The door panel is going to have many soft touch materials, so you have the soft touch upper section, soft touch light gray armrest with some chrome accent trim, power windows, mirrors, locks, lots of storage down low on the door panel. The SEL is going to feature your power driver's seat with two-way power lumbar. And that is what the light gray interior looks like on the 2023s. It has a nice pattern section in the middle of the seat. You can see the dash is nearly all black, so it definitely is more of a two-tone interior rather than some of the other Hyundai models. What's nice with the SEL is you get the proximity key fob with remote start included and also a BlueLink integration. Go ahead and start it up. So you can see we're immediately greeted to the analog gauge cluster with the 4.2-inch color display in the center. That is an upgrade over the base SE. That is part of the SEL trim. Pretty basic stuff. You can control it here on the right side of the steering wheel like always. So you can cycle through the menus. You have your digital speedometer option, of course your odometers at the bottom, ambient air temperature, average fuel economy, drive modes, accumulated information, and some vehicle settings in there as well. Urethane steering wheel, so not leather wrapped. You do get some nice chrome accent trim, however. Bluetooth audio controls on the left side, safety systems on the right. This does have lane following assist and smart cruise control, which comes standard on all Sonatas. Automatic headlights with auto high beam assist, regular wipers, gauge illumination, lane keeping assist on off, trunk release, traction control off, electronic parking brake. You can see the dash is mostly dark gray or black with some chrome accent trim. And coming over to the infotainment system, this is the one change for the 2023 model year here on this trim, and it's definitely a welcome one to me. This is the larger 10.25-inch infotainment system with built-in navigation. Now, unfortunately, that does mean you lose wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay. So if you do want that functionality, you'll probably want to search out a leftover 2022 or go to a pre-owned Sonata in the SEL trim. But overall, I definitely prefer this infotainment system myself, as they do make wireless adapters for both Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. It's just a nicer looking infotainment. It has the BlueLink integration. Just a lot of stuff you can do on this infotainment system, and I think it just looks a lot nicer. Below that, 2 AC vents, dual zone automatic climate control with heated front seats, USB charging ports, and a 12-volt outlet with some extra storage space. This is normally where you would find your phone wireless charging pad and Hyundai digital keypad if you get the upper trim levels. Push button gear selection with some nice gloss black trim. I can only imagine that's probably more of a fingerprint magnet than anything, but it does look nice. Drive mode selection down here. So in this Sonata, we have Smart, Normal, Sport, and Custom. And behind that, auto hold functionality. 2 cup holders with a nice slot for a phone or your key fob in the center. Already showed you guys a key fob, but it does have remote start on it. Gray accented padded center armrest. Good amount of storage space for this size of vehicle. Up top, you will find your light gray headliner. This is similar to the color of the interior seats. Vanity mirrors with illumination. Manual dimming, rear view mirror. BlueLink POI search button for the infotainment system, SOS, incandescent lighting. So pretty basic stuff up front, but you will find some nice creature comforts on the SEL, which is nice to see. Now out back, most of the materials are going to follow through. You do have soft touch upper door panels, including a soft touch armrest, which is gray just like the front. So the same materials on the door panels for the rear seats. Seat materials are going to be the same, of course. You do have black seat belts. That's worth noting, kind of contrast there with the seat color. But stepping inside, you're going to find tons of legroom in these Sonatas. That's definitely one of the big benefits over something like the Elantra, although the Elantra is fairly large for its class. No rear AC vents or USB charge ports. 1 mat pocket on the back of the passenger seat. Handles for all 4 passengers with little hooks. Rear seat illumination. The seats do fold 60-40 split, and you get a center armrest here with the SEL trim. So again, some of those nice upgrades over the base SE, but still pretty basic here in the back seat of the SEL, but plenty of legroom and overall passenger volume. Coming to the trunk, overall trunk space going to be the same as any other trim level of the Sonata, minus some of the hybrids. We can see here in the mid-size sedan class, tons of space. Here's your releases for the folding seats. You do have a little light up top as well. Now wrapping it up here on the passenger front seat, this is one of the small benefits of all Sonatas, and that is the fact you do get a height adjustable 6-way manual passenger seat. So many Hyundai models and other makes for that matter do not include a height adjustable passenger seat unless you get a power seat, but it's nice to see that the Sonata does include that even on the base trims. Damped glove box, no interior illumination there. Little cubby on the side of the center console. But yeah, overall pretty nice interior with some small upgrades on the SEL. So let's go ahead and take a look under the hood, see what it has to offer there, and wrap up this video. Under the hood of the Sonata SEL, you're going to find the same powertrain as the base SE I did a video on. This is the 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder that puts out 191 horsepower, 181 pound-feet of torque through only front-wheel drive through an 8-speed traditional automatic transmission. Now if you step up to the SEL Plus trim or Limited, you get the 1.6 liter turbocharged engine that puts out more horsepower and especially more torque compared to that of this naturally aspirated 2.5 liter. And of course the Sonata N line offers the 2.5 liter turbo with substantially more power than both of these engines. So that's going to wrap up this video on this 2023 Hyundai Sonata SEL. If you guys enjoyed watching or found it helpful, please hit that like button. It greatly helps out these videos and the channel. And like I mentioned earlier on in this video, I do have 2 other videos on 2023 Sonatas, including the base SE as well as the SEL Plus trim. So make sure to check those out. And the SEL Plus technically sits 2 levels above this base SEL, as there is an SEL convenience package available, which gives you a lot of extra additional features, including the digital instrument cluster and some of the other benefits of the SEL Plus, but obviously not everything. And you still retain that 2.5 liter naturally aspirated powertrain versus the 1.6 liter turbo in the SEL Plus. So overall, I think the base SEL trim level gives you a lot of nice creature comforts while keeping the budget in mind. This vehicle that I'm sitting in is just a hair over $29,000, including several accessories that are equipped on this vehicle. Obviously, there are extra cost paint colors, including the white, which is $400. But this Hampton Gray is a free charge paint color, so there's no cost to it. And like I said, I think it gives you a lot of the bare bones creature comforts that I would personally like in a vehicle, such as the Blue Link functionality, the proximity key fob, the dual zone automatic climate control with heated front seats, the larger now 10.25-inch infotainment system with built-in navigation. I think those are all nice, worthy upgrades of getting the SEL over something like the base SE. Now in terms of the $1,200 price increase over the 2022 SEL, I think that is a little bit more of a stretch. Considering you're only getting the infotainment system with the dynamic voice recognition function. You might be willing to skip that if you are on a budget or just looking at an SEL and don't need the larger infotainment system or don't want it for that matter, as you are losing the wireless Android Auto and wireless Apple CarPlay. Otherwise, the vehicle is going to be the same with the dual zone automatic climate control, Blue Link, heated front seats. So really, it's just a matter of if you want the larger infotainment system for that $1,200. So with all that said, let me know down in the comment section below what you think of the SEL trim level or the Sonatas in general. If you happen to own this generation Sonata, let me know how the powertrain and how reliable the vehicle has been overall. I'm definitely curious on how these vehicles are treating real-world customers rather than just the press and reviewers that get to review them for a few days to a week. I think it's definitely helpful to anybody in the market for the Sonata if you can leave a comment and let me know how your experience has been. And if you stayed this long in the video, I will give you a sneak peek, as there is a 2022 Sonata SEL sitting right over there that we got in at the same time as this car. So it will be a nice side-by-side comparison. I can show you the exact differences or lack thereof between the 2022 and 2023 SEL. So that will be an upcoming video. Granted, the car doesn't sell within the next 24 hours or so, as I do need time to film these vehicles. And there are instances where vehicles have sold within less than minutes of me completing the video. So as long as that car doesn't sell, there should be a comparison side by side of the 2022 and 2023 SEL. So with all that information in mind, once again, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. And as always, hope to see you guys in the next one.